the lore teaches, the second air region, and the spirits thereof. As there exists a transition from the purely spiritual to the carnal within a human being, in like manner is there a transition between the highest and the middle region as well, and the two regions behave like soul and spirit. The spirit acts upon the soul and may penetrate it, yet the soul can never escape beyond the boundaries of the spirit, for it is here exactly to be penetrated by the spirit, while the spirit is not here to be penetrated by the soul. However, the soul may be received and assimilated by the spirit, whereby it too becomes spiritual. In the same way, the spirits of the second region may ascend to the third, should their souls, or in a certain way, their substantial bodies, grow ever more spiritualized, becoming wholly one with the spirit. The soul, in and of itself, as a compendium of innumerable substantial intelligence particles, therefore too is filled to the brim with a myriad of drives and urges, which it contains within itself as specifics. If, at one point or another, a certain element becomes more prominent, then all the other components incline towards the point where such an eminence, or authority, appears. Such inclination brings about a certain passion within the soul. This passion, however, may soon be exchanged for another, should some other specific intelligence particle of the soul take precedent, in a sense overpowering and outshining all others, making them inclined towards it now instead. It is easy to see from this description how many a soul, whose spirit yet sleeps, is driven from one pole to the other by innumerable passions and desires. However, that which is concentrated within the soul, both in a being as well as in a single point, generally occurs all the more often in the second region. For in this region dwell many souls whose spirits have not yet fully awakened. This soul possesses one drive, that soul possesses another, and many millions of other souls possess varying inclinations, drives and urges. One wants to fight, another wishes to rest. One seeks nothing but the secrets of creation, another studies botany. Yet another journeys continuously throughout the world. And so every individual soul from among these millions possesses a drive wholly unique to itself and different from the others. What a motley turmoil of souls must therefore congregate in this second region, and what innumerable and highly diversified phenomena must occur there. Finally, these phenomena pass over, as if condensed, into the natural world, visible for mortal eyes to behold. And so it is. All of those ever so diverse cloud formations, as well as countless other phenomena within this middle region, originate therefrom. And no day or night could ever reproduce the exact same shape or form of any given appearance, the way it once was and shall never be again. Just take a look at the cloud formations someday and trace one of them. You may well compare all the new cloud formations coming along thereafter with the one you had traced. And you may do so every single day for 100 years and even beyond. Yet you will never again behold one that is completely alike, for it will never be the way it was. In the same way, you will discover and experience many a phenomenon to come, and though they remain similar in the way they function, according to each of their natures, in shape and form, however, none of them are ever the same. No snowflake appears wholly identical to another. No raindrop is exactly the same size as another. And when it hails, compare two hailstones and see whether or not they are completely alike to one another. In both their shape and weight, you will notice a discrepancy. And though ice will indeed be ice, the manner in which it is formed is just as disparate as the passionate configurations emerging from the beings of souls. This, however, may already be perceived on the surface of this earth, with still living people. Contemplate the buildings within a city. In regards to their nature, they are all the same. All must possess walls, windows, and a roof. Yet you will not easily find any two houses that are completely alike. One may be a little taller, the other a little shorter. One is colored this way, the other that way. And beyond, an innumerable quantity of differences and endless varieties. This diversity in design arises from the varying inclinations of the souls of the people that erected one house or the other. And so every man's garment is different as well, and no tailor makes them all alike. A great amount of diversity may be found in other artistic products of men as well. All who have learned to write possess a particular writing style, none having anything in common with the other. For certainly no stroke fits the stroke of another. And so each individual design is entirely unique, even if their nature as a whole remains the same. For instance, have a group of equally skilled artists paint one and the same object. Each of them will be in the right ballpark, yet the representation, i.e. the exact shape, will be wholly different for all of them. Alternatively, present 10 composers with the exact same poem, and have each of them create music to accompany it, each in his own way. In this example, it will appear all the more striking how each and every one of them has discovered an entirely unique melody for the poem. All this variety and individuality present in these formal depictions stem from the innumerably varied points of intelligence within the soul. Upon the predominance of one or the other of these points, the manner in which a soul behaves depends as well. Thus, all the time, a new and different wind blows. New phenomena appear, and never does reality repeat exactly what has come before. Least of all where the intelligences producing these occurrences are not subjected to a positive judgment, which is exactly the case with the souls of men, for they have yet to make their way back to the original freedom. However, there is a difference between a soul that is separated from the body and a soul that still dwells therein. The soul yet living within the body may pass through a myriad of passions, and thus man is never the same each and every day. Today he feels and thinks this way and makes those resolutions, while tomorrow these things are as if wiped away, and already he acts according to yet another intellectual and substantial focal point of the soul. Today someone might be generous, and every pauper would be glad to have him visit on this day. Yet tomorrow, a churlish focal point appears to replace the liberal one of yesterday, and he now finds every beggar repulsive, even regretting his previous magnanimity. Things are different with the soul separated from the body. Most commonly, but a single passion occurs therein, dominating the soul more and more, and gradually drawing in all intelligence particles into its presence. Which is also why Paul says the following: "As the tree falls, so it remains." This is not to say that a separated soul is incorrigible in any way, only that it remains imprisoned within one of its principal passions. That is, until it has, in a way, consumed all other intelligence particles, giving rise to a great poverty of the soul, which then passes over into a state of desolation, finding itself stripped utterly naked, shrouded in night and fog. Only in this very desolation may the spirit break free and begin to penetrate its soul. And exactly this is the transition from the second to the third air region. However, as long as this state does not come about, the spirit cannot spread and penetrate the soul, for its individual components are still all too steeped in matter, yet lacking in spirituality. As explained above, a multitude of uniquely tempered souls come together in the second region, where each and every one of them carries its principal passion within itself, living and working according to it. And so, according to this easy-to-comprehend principle, it is likewise exceedingly apparent that these phenomena originating from this very diversity of souls must therefore appear in a highly diversified manner as well. Therefore, every lightning zigzag is unique. Each and every cloud possesses a different shape and movement. Winds cross every which way. And for this very reason might soon occur a cloudburst, a downpour, hail, a shower of dust, maybe even snowflakes of varying sizes, and yet 1,000 other phenomena, occurring especially and exceedingly frequently in the tropical and polar regions of the Earth. This is but a preliminary elucidation required in general. And so, next we shall consider the matter at hand more specifically.